Morning all. So basically we're at the precipice of risk on, risk off. If that goes into net positive, it tells us that the herd are long on indices. They can't be long on indices because they have to be conditioned to be fearful. They have to be conditioned to sell. The risk calculation took a big dump. We were at 93 out of 100 and we're now sitting at 45. So I'm going to reset that now. So any change is going to be reset as of 6:30. Okay, above 50 is possibly technically risk on, but below 50 is obviously that's the metric that we're using. Ideally, we're going to pump into the weekend because of this. This is an indication that we're going to be risk on today, and they have sold slightly over the last 24 hours. Big day today because we got the Powell speech, and last time he spoke, risk puked and the dollar really went rampant. So it's possible it might happen again. I'm not sure. No one really knows for sure. So you just have to be careful. I'm a bystander today. I don't really trust that move we saw on the indices. However, we can see that the herd did go long on their indices. So here's gold. So we're basically just saying in Discord, we're going from box to box. So we created a box, and then we create a box here. So we can just go from box to box basically, and that's how we do it. So this is now a supply, and we've got weekly ATR up here as well. So they went long, so they have to get punished. They shorted it, so they have to get punished, and that's how it works. Okay, there's your weekly ATR. So technically we're overdone, and now we've created a supply because there has to be someone to counter that trade. If they're going long, someone has to sell it. That's gold. Now the indices, fairly frustrating because we'd cleared this chop, and then of course at this point they went long and they had to get punished. So we'd cleared all this horrible price action and this sentiment chop, and of course they had to go long, and then we're back below the chop now, so we're going to have to encounter more chop in order to get higher. It's possible they're going to sell it, we're going to get a buy, but we'll have to wait and see. So if they sell it, then we'll have another box. But unfortunately we've got a congestion here that we need to overcome. So kind of annoying that they went long right here. Can you see? Big old pump, a big old dump, and then they got punished. S&P, and likewise they went long, so we can create a box. Hopefully it's quite clear. This is how it works. You could probably argue we had resistance up here as well, and they just happened to go long at the resistance. Oh, come on, box. Stupid box. It's hard to map, isn't it? Let's go here. Let's make this one. It's roughly around about these candles here. So we created a supply. They went long, so therefore that's a supply. And then we had a test of it and a big old dump. They might sell it, and then we'll create another box. If we do have a box below, we'll have to encounter the one above, and then we might just zigzag in between. Quite frustrating that they went long, but I guess you can't really blame them. We looked quite bullish, didn't we? So they thought, oh, I'll get on board. But of course they were late to the party, and they had to get punished. DAX, and they went long up here. So we'll draw a box. Very choppy. And yeah, here, isn't it? They went long up here. So kind of like you think, oh, it makes sense to buy because we're looking, we're making higher highs and higher lows, looking constructive. And of course they all had to buy at that point, and they got punished. So that's that. And when I said I was going to look at UJ, and we don't normally look at currencies using this setup, but it's going to be worth looking at if it loads, of course. Right, so we made the buy here, so we can draw a box. It looks like we're going to make another box up here, so that would be a resistance. So yeah, basically dead on that hour on that vertical. So there's your support. So you're probably looking for buys in there potentially, and then we're going to be making a box here, but we need to get the crossover first. So if they continue to go long, then we'll create a supply. and this would be a resistance. So potentially look for buys in 145.17, 144.93, and you know, if you entered here, that could be a stop. It's not a bad stop loss, and you're looking for that to hold potentially, or you could wait for a break and wait for that to be retested and retest and a bounce. That might be good as well. So therefore, basically we're probably going to make a sell, and we'll have a box up here, and there's going to be a support here. So quickly about the robot, and we are just eking out a little bit of profit, but we're going to look at the stop loss distance next week. We're going to definitely reduce the stop loss size because we've had a few trades that went to its full stop loss, and we can't have that. If our average gain is £1.50 say, and our loss is going to be £6-7, it's not really sensible. It's not good. It's not good economic sense to have a wider stop loss like that. So although it does cater out a lot of noise, we do want to be looking at reducing those losses and potentially increasing our wins. So we are up. We're up just a small amount since last Friday, but of course we're going to have to wait and see what happens with the Powell speech, and we could end up nicely positive, or we could end up negative. So we'll just have to wait and see. So remember to be careful. I'm a bystander today. Let me know if you've got any questions, but I probably won't be at my computer. I'm just going to be chilling, and I'll be like monitoring and watching the TV and stuff like that, just trying to relax, because I put in a lot of hours this week, and I could do with a little bit of downtime. So I'll speak to you guys soon. Remember to trade safely, and I'll speak to you on Sunday for the COT data.